Namasté. Bonjour à toutes et à tous, je m'appelle Kata Van Doesselaar, je suis une enseignante de Prana Vinyasa Flow et aussi une enseignante de la formation de Prana Vinyasa Flow. Donc c'est pourquoi que je vous prépare aujourd'hui cette petite session d'introduction au Prana Vinyasa, car je vais donner sur Paris cette formation de 200 heures. Ça s'appelle Foundation Module. Donc c'est la formation de base de Prana Vinyasa. Prana Vinyasa, c'est un style de yoga qui a été créé par Shivare, donc mon teacher, mon master, mon maître des États-Unis, une femme fantastique, très très créative et elle inspire tellement à travers ses enseignements et aussi à travers sa façon de vivre, sa façon de pouvoir intégrer les techniques énergétiques, le yoga, des techniques spirituelles, la méditation, la danse. Donc c'est en fait, je pense que sa passion à elle, c'est vraiment de transmettre l'art du mouvement avec l'âme. C'est pour ça, nous aussi, on dit we are moved by the soul, we are moved by spirit, we are moved by love. Et c'est l'amour qui nous connecte à notre âme, c'est l'amour qui nous connecte à notre esprit. Et en fait, c'est une manière de bouger et de se développer sur une base énergétique, sur une base physique, sur une base mentale, émotionnelle, à travers l'énergie universelle de l'amour en fait. Donc elle a créé ce système qui est en fait basé sur l'Ayurveda, les 5 éléments, les chakras, et en fait les 5 vents, les différents vents donc, de prana, ce qu'on appelle les vayus de prana. Et donc c'est les directions d'énergie dans notre corps. C'est 5 différentes énergies qui nous bougent, qui nous traversent, qui créent notre réalité, notre équilibre et notre quotidien, notre expérience ici sur la Terre, dans ce corps humain. Et par devenir conscient de ces énergies dans notre corps, on peut en fait les éveiller et pouvoir bouger, en fait connecter notre mouvement, notre respiration, notre conscience, que ce soit en fait un flow d'unisson. Donc c'est ça, une union qu'on essaie de créer qui en fait est la détermination de yoga. Et donc c'est ça qu'on essaie de créer pendant qu'on bouge, donc dans le state of flow, dans l'état de fluidité. Voilà. Donc je pourrais en parler énormément, mais j'ai choisi aujourd'hui de vous emmener une session pour vous familiariser avec cette approche et de pouvoir expérimenter. Donc mon invitation aujourd'hui pour vous, c'est de ressentir. Donc ouvrez-vous pour que vous puissiez vraiment ressentir le mouvement, la respiration, le flow, et ne pas trop réfléchir pendant le mouvement, laisser aller le côté mental et vous donner à l'expérience. Voilà. Et je vais vous expliquer quelques points de repère pendant qu'on est dans le flow. Je vais enseigner en anglais, mais j'ai choisi de faire cette petite introduction en français pour que vous vous rendiez compte que bah oui, je peux parler français, donc s'il y a des choses que vous ne comprenez pas dans mon enseignement anglais, on a toujours la possibilité de les discuter. Ok ? Moi, j'enseigne toujours en anglais, donc pour moi, ce serait assez difficile de mettre tout ça en langue française. Quoique, je pense pas impossible, mais j'ai pas la routine, voilà. Il faudrait que je m'y mette. Et pour cette première formation, je vais le donner en anglais, mais je suis tout à fait disponible de discuter les questions en français si besoin. Voilà. Ok. Donc je vous invite, vous voyez, je commence à parler en français. Je vais mettre la musique un petit peu moins fort. Voilà. Donc je vous invite tout d'abord à vous mettre dans une position. So yes, a position where you're standing and you can have a little bit more distance between your feet. So feet can be hip distance or a little bit wider. And then we can just have for a moment our hands coming together. And feel how your feet are pressing down into the earth. Really have that intention to really root down through your feet all the way down to the center of the earth. And you can play a little bit with the body weight, how it goes a bit more to the front or back, to just really sense and feel the grounding, how you spread your toes, you spread the foot soles. Really feel our physical body, our roots growing into the earth. So in this foundation module, we will learn the 5 foundation elements, and we will learn basically a lot about how to build the Vinyasa Flow class, how to understand the anatomy and the energetics of the anatomy. So there will be one earth sequence, which is the first element, right? Which will be linked to the lower body, to the hips, the lower body, the hamstrings, and opening in order to ground more, find stability and develop strength. Then we have the second element, which will flow through, opening more the hips, but in a fluid way, and a bit of gentle core. So this is going to be more this area. If we want to link it to the chakras, that would be the water element and second chakra, right? Which is about fluidity, about enjoyment, not so much about stability anymore, but a movement that starts to happen. Then the third chakra and the third element that we will work with will be indeed around the navel area, the focus, the core element of fire, right? So that is obviously our own radiance, our own strength, and then willpower, developing a strong focus and the ability to use our power and strength. And then the fourth element and sequence we will work with in our teacher training will be for the heart, and that's connected to the air, right, the fourth chakra. And that is really about opening and soft and liberation and expansion and connection, right? And then we have the fifth, which is the space that holds it all together, connected to the throat, right, the voice, and also indeed the space, practice of integration of all the other elements, because in space you have all the other elements included. So we will work through all these to awaken all these qualities, to get more in touch with our own bodies and the energetics of certain areas. We will understand how to build up a sequence that is progressing slowly towards a peak pose. We will have for each element a peak, right, with more advanced poses that we will learn how to work towards in a safe way, so that when you get there actually to go into that peak pose, it will just naturally happen because we prepared it all the way along. So we become kind of adepts at understanding the intelligence of the body and how to work with it. And at the same time, we will a little bit embrace also the different elements and reflect on how they are present in our life. Do you need more grounding in your life? Meaning, do you need more stability? Do you need maybe more fluidity because you are very structured and maybe a little bit rigid and you are not really enjoying life? You can't really relax and let go. Or maybe you need core power, which means that maybe your focus is everywhere else. You're all the time there for other people, but you're having a hard time to focus and stay centered and go for something that you choose to do in your life. And the fourth element would be liberation. What is it that is holding us back from feeling ourselves free, right? And just feeling our heart and freeing our heart. So allowing ourselves to embrace life through compassion and getting out of those boxes that our ego, our mind is creating. So lots of yoga philosophy will be also covered. We will dive into Ayurveda. We will dive into indeed the traditional scriptures, yoga scriptures, teachings of yoga philosophy, yogic lifestyle, and then understand how we can implement this into this current life, because that's where it becomes relevant, right? We're not just learning something because some people did it 2,000 years ago or 5,000 years ago if it's not working for us. So we will learn ways to become more aware of our energy and find out which practices are the most useful in order to keep us in balance, or if we went out of balance, how we can get ourselves back to balance. Not only will we learn about these 5 elements in the different areas and asanas and sequences, but we will also learn sequences for what we call the solar side of Vinyasa Flow and the lunar side of Prana Vinyasa Flow, which means the activating, the dynamic one, and then the lunar, which is more rejuvenative, relaxing, helping to release stress and heal and soften and more intuitive. So you will have a lot to choose from, depending on where are you right now in your life, what would be your medicine, what would be your practice on this given moment, right? Might change in 1 month's time, but it's a very, very empowering method, because it teaches you to become aware where you are and teaches you to choose skillfully the practice that you need in order to keep walking towards your fulfillment. So I think enough talking. Let's do a little practice together. Yeah? So I will try to give you a little summing up of Prana Vinyasa Flow, kind of bringing everything a little bit together so you have a taste of it. Yeah, so we already grounded. Now you can make your feet a little wider, and indeed we will connect to our roots. First, we will really connect for a moment to indeed the earth, the hips, the legs, our feet, and starting to work with that in a slow, confident, and steady way. So both of our hands at the heart, taking a nice long inhale here. And you can have a nice long exhale throughout your mouth. And maybe with that you can sink just a tiny bit deeper, really feeling the heaviness of the hips, feeling how gravity is pulling us down. On your next inhale, slowly taking the arms up. On the exhalation, you can turn your palms down and gently start to descend. Grounding and landing, inviting our energies to root down to land. Maybe your hips can go slightly deeper. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, slowly ground. Imagine that all your energies are descending to the earth. Inhale. And exhale, taking all mental excess, worry, stress from our mind that keeps us up there or above our body, inviting it to slow down and land. One more. Inhale. And then exhale. Slowly we can take both of our hands all the way down to the earth. Just have a little moment here. It's really hot in this room, so if you see me sweating, it's because it's Ibiza, 37 degrees today. Inhale, slowly open, lift the heart. On the exhalation, slowly round. You can have your hands coming onto your ankles, and then inhale, gently lift the heart, the chest, and then on the exhalation, slowly round, pulling the belly in. Try to draw the sitting bones towards each other. Inhale again, sit down a little bit deeper, right? Finding this heavy, heavy, earthy feeling in our hips, developing strength. Exhale, slowly round. For a moment, both hands down to the floor, and if you can, just squat all the way down. If your knees are sensitive, you can just come up into a high squat, totally fine. Yeah, so being here. And then on an inhalation, again, feeling the rising energy from our roots, we can gaze up And then on the exhalation, slowly we can gaze down and ground. Inhale again, lifting up. And then on the exhalation, slowly ground. Feeling this very slow pulsation. In Prana Vinyasa, we have this pulsation vinyasa. So Shiva created 3 methods: rhythmic vinyasa, body vinyasa, pulsation vinyasa, in order to help us to get into a state of flow. Everything is in a constant flow, hence the years, anyway. But sometimes when we're too much in our mind, you can just sway here from side to side. Then we don't realize that everything is fluid and that everything is energy and vibrant. We might think that everything is just very solid, which is not true, because everything is in a constant change. So slowly come back to the center on an inhale, come up halfway, and then long exhale throughout your mouth. Release your head, your neck. Let your head hang here for a moment. All the way down. Feel how gravity has such a strong force to pull us down. And then from here, on the next inhale, come up halfway again. And then slowly turn towards the top of your mat. From here, bend your knees. Take your hips down on an inhale, coming up into Utkatasana, chair pose. On the exhalation, slowly taking the arms down. Sit down a little deeper. Still feeling this rising and grounding flow of energy. One of the 2 main energy directions. The rising one, inhale. And then the rooting, the grounding, the descending one. Now from here, slowly both hands down to the earth. We're going to flow through some namaskars. On an inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, step back into plank. Also in our plank, we could create a little bit more awareness. Instead of just being in the plank, let maybe activate it a little bit more, right? So on an inhalation, slowly draw the energy into the center of the body. On the exhalation, imagine that from your center, you lengthen forward and back, up and down, right? So from the center, inhale, we gather in the center. That's another energy direction, everything centering. And then from the center, we radiate into all directions. Now we put this music a little lower. Yeah, so we had up and down, going to the center and expand from the center. These are already the 4 directions, and we'll have one more link to the breath. From here, slowly lower down. Maybe you take your knees down first and lower all the way down to the belly. Press your feet down to the earth. Inhale, rise for cobra. Lift the heart. Feeling the rising and slowly feeling the grounding. Coming back down and up into downward dog. Have a breath here. Hands can be slightly wider than the shoulders. Feel how you root yourself down through the heels and through your hands and fingertips. Rolling the upper arms in. Nice long inhale and full exhale through the mouth. From here, slowly take the feet closer towards each other. Inhale, lift your right leg high up. Try to feel the movement instead of just doing it mechanically. Then bend your knee and take the foot forward between the hands. Now slowly we come forward with our gaze. On an inhale, again, gathering the energy at the belly, at your center, like you pull your center, your focus to the navel. And then on the exhalation from the navel, we extend back and forth. Heart radiates, your back heel radiates, awakening this flow. Inhale, we gather, which is Samana Vayu, the centering force. And exhale, Vyana Vayu, which is the expansion from the center. One more time, inhale. It's not so much about going high with your hips, but feeling energetically how you press your back heel back, you press the heart forward. And then from here, Slowly, let's just come up into a high lunge. Taking both arms all the way up. And then on the exhalation, also here, taking the arms down. Let your hips sink a little bit deeper down. Inhale, we rise again. And exhale. We ground. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Both hands to the ears. Step back for plank. This time we just flow through the plank. You're not needing to do the pulsation again. Slowly lower down. Bend the elbows. Either cobra or upward dog. And back to downward dog. Take both of your feet together. Inhale, the left leg rises. Try to feel the move. Exhale, take the foot forward between your hands. Again, the heart is coming forward. Inhale, gather the energy at the root. And exhale, radiant, back and forth. 2 more times. Inhale. Belly coming in. And exhale, radiant. One more time. Feel how your whole body moves in the flow. From here, slowly coming up into high lunge. Keep your back toes really active. Lift your heart, your chest. And slowly on the exhale, taking the arms down. Descend. Inhale, rise. And exhale, descend. And then one more. Inhale. And exhale. From here, both hands to the ears. Step back for plank. And slowly lower down. Rise for cobra or upward dog. And exhale back to downward dog. Have 5 deep breaths here. You can have a little movement in the spine. Slowly starting to awaken. Maybe a little bit of fluidity as well. Last one, nice long inhale. And all the air out through your mouth. From here, slowly bend your knees. Prepare to step or hop forward to the top of the mat. Inhale, coming up halfway. Exhale, slowly lower down. Coming into Uttanasana. And from here, sitting down low, prepare to rise to Utkatasana, chair pose. Hands can be together or separate. And then exhale, hands back to the heart. Let's do one more round of this earthing, grounding one. It's a variation of sun salutation that now we use in order to explore the grounding force, right? When we work with the Muladhara chakra. Slowly from here, take the arms down by your side. Inhale, come up, Utkatasana. Exhale, slowly arms coming down. Inhale, reach up again, keep the thighs together. And exhale, flow down. So we only do it once, no more 3 repetition. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, step or hop back into plank. From plank, slowly lower down. Rise for cobra or upward dog. And back into the downward dog. Get the feet together. Inhale, the right leg lifts slowly so you feel it. Left heel can root down. Bend your right knee. Right foot in front of you. Slowly coming forward with the heart and the gaze. Inhale, breathe into the center, coiling in. Gather the energy. Exhale, radiate. Back and forth, up and down. Inhale, coming up, high lunge. And exhale, slowly root down. Inhale, come up again. Maybe hands in prayer. And exhale, hands to the ears. Slowly step back and lower down. Rise for cobra or upward dog. And back to downward dog. Feet coming together. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, slowly take it through. Gently bring the chest forward. Inhale, gather the energy. And exhale, radiate back and forth from the core. Inhale, strong legs so we can rise. And exhale, ground. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, hands to the ears. Step back into plank. Slowly lower down. Rise for cobra or upward dog. And back into downward dog. Long inhale, long exhale. If you feel like, you can exhale through your mouth. One more. And then bend your knees. Prepare to step or hop forward to the top of the mat. Inhale, coming up halfway. Exhale, flow down. And sitting down low. Inhale, gently rise back. With Kata, try to keep your hips low. And exhale, hands to the heart. Have a moment here, long inhale. And long exhale. Feeling the grounding, the rooting from our practice. The focus, the present. And I will invite you to flow a little bit more like water. Right? Prana Vinyasa is a namaskar based practice, so we always do a few namaskars, sun salutation, moon salutation, and all the variations of those, many variations, at the beginning of a practice, and then afterwards we start to move with the rest of the sequence, because it puts us into a flow. Let's go into a watery flow. So slowly come down to Utkatasana again. Inhale, the left arm is coming up while your right arm is coming down. Flow like a river. Inhale. Shift and exhale. Inhale, so come up again. And from here, slowly both hands down to the earth. Uttanasana. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, step or hop back into plank. Slowly lower down. Rise to cobra or upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Feet coming together. Inhale, the right leg rises. Bend your knee, open the hip. On the exhale, slowly take the foot forward between the hands. Place your back heel down. Front knees bend and come up into warrior one. Both hips square to the front. From here, slowly open into warrior two. Gaze stays forward. Back leg is straight and engaged. Front knee is bent. Left hand onto your left thigh. And then inhale, reach up. And exhale, let's get into a watery flow. Slowly come forward. This time the left arm strokes the sky and flows through the space. Left hand back onto your left thigh. Inhale, reach up again and back. Keep the chest lifted, not collapsing downward. And exhale, coming forward. And then from here, slowly coming back into a warrior two. And circle down with your left hand, right hand, and stepping back. Slowly lower down. Rise for cobra or upward dog. And back into downward dog. Feet coming together. Inhale, left leg rises. Again, you can open the hip here. And the left foot steps forward between the hands. Place your back heel down. Front knee 90 degree. Inhale, rise up. And then hands coming to the heart. Slowly open to warrior two. Sinking really nicely deep into the hips, but not collapsing there. From here, and then inhale, reach up and back. And slowly coming forward. Inhale, right arm strokes the sky. Finding your enjoyment. One more time. Inhale. Lift. And exhale. Slowly opening both arms. And from here, right arm circles down. Hands to the earth. Place your foot back. Lower down. And rise. Exhale back to downward dog. Here you can find those wavy moves in the spine. Inviting fluidity. Flowing between plank and downward dog. See if you can bring fluidity in all parts of your body to dissolve any stiffness, stiffness of the mind, stiffness of the body. And the last breath here, nice long inhale. And all the air out through your mouth. From here, prepare to step or hop forward to the top of your mat. Inhale, coming up halfway. Exhale, slowly flow down. And then coming into Utkatasana again, sit down low. Inhale, rise. And exhale, back to standing. Calm the breath through your nose. And then slowly we're going to transition to the next area of the body, right? We had the water for the hips a little bit, fluidity. We had the earth, stable rooting down. And now let's get into the fire, core empowerment. I feel like I'm in a big room studio, but for those of you familiar with the Studio M, probably it's not so new. So you can imagine flowing with me in the heat. All right, let's have both of our hands together in front of the heart. Deep breath all the way down, this time to the core. From here, we're just going to sit down into Utkatasana in the chair, and we're going to use a mudra. So interlace all fingers and release your index. Right, mudra of focus. Slowly take the mudra all the way up. And then on the exhalation, taking the arms down, awakening focus. Rising energy, inhale from the core and exhale, sitting down deeper, maintaining the spine long and straight. One more. Slowly hands to the earth. Inhale, coming up halfway. Exhale, step or hop back into plank. Chaturanga, slowly lower down. Rise, cobra, upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Both feet together. Inhale, the right leg lifts. And now take the knee towards the navel. Hug the knee in. Inhale, reach back up. Radiate through the leg to the sky. Exhale, hugging it in. One more time. Inhale. And then exhale. Slowly take the foot forward between the hands. From here, rise to high lunge again. Interlace the fingers. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, root down. Inhale, reach up, lengthen. On the exhale, slowly take the arms in front of you and gather the energy back to the center. One more time, inhale. And slowly from here, reach up one more time. Press your backwards. Leave the heart, the chest. And exhale, hands to the earth. Step back for plank. Lower down, chaturanga, or maybe knees down on the floor. Rise for cobra or upward dog. And back to downward dog. Feet coming together. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, slowly foot forward. Inhale, coming up. Hands in the legs. Exhale, root down. Inhale, rise again. And exhale, arms coming down. Create this beautiful inner line, this column, straight up, inner alignment. Exhale. One more time. Slowly from here, both hands down to the earth. Now we're going to play a little bit. Step way back. Let your left leg hover. Spread your toes and slowly come into a side plank. See if you can hover with your back knee, or you can place the foot behind or in front of you. But maybe you can hover, and maybe you can take the arm up. Slowly both hands back to the center, and shifting legs, right leg radiant back, and coming into side plank. See if we can hover, lift the hips, reach high up to the sky. From here, both hands coming down to the earth. Let's just land, knees down, coming into Anahata Asana. Arms stretching forward, let your chest melt. It's called heart melter. So Anahata means heart. You can open the elbows a little bit, bend them, and just breathe into the heart. One more breath here. And from here, slowly we slide forward, coming down onto our bellies. Taking the arms behind you, interlace all fingers, locust to rise. Lift the heart, the chest. We're in transition to start opening our heart, our chest. From here, either cobra or upward dog. Place your feet down and rise. Slowly back into downward dog. So we are done with our namaskars, the sun salutations, and the modifications of those. So we will go into the sequence, which will help us to feel more airy, more spacious, to open our heart more. Taking the right leg high up to the sky. Really try to feel that you're reaching high up. You touch the air. Feeling the air on your foot. And then exhale slowly, foot forward between the hands. Turning your back toes out. And then from here, straightening the front leg. You need to use a block. Place it on the outside of the right foot. Higher or lower. Or you can also have your hand on the shin. Just what is important, that you don't place a lot of weight on the hand. On an inhale, slowly open your hips, your upper body up to the sky, Trikonasana. Exhale, slowly take the arm down underneath your rib cage, and then roll the chest open every time, opening it more. Exhale, slowly turn back, keep the back leg solid and engaged. One more time. Inhale, open, and now reach up. From here, taking the left arm down, and inhale, take the arm above the head. Open our shoulder more. Don't collapse with your upper body. Engaging the lightness, the lift, and of course the core, because you don't want to hang here. And then lift it up. From here, place your left hand onto your left hip. Maybe you will need your block to travel with. Coming forward into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Lifting the heart, the chest. You can be on the fingertips. Engaging our quad, and again, just opening right the left arm all the way up to the sky. The heart stays lifted. Calmly breathing through the nose. Either you're enjoying it here, the lightness, the radiance from the core, or maybe if you want to take the challenge a tiny bit further, you can try to reach back to catch your left foot and create a bow leg. And maybe from here, you can stretch back with that foot. Slowly release, both hands down to the floor. Step way back with your left foot. Take your left knee down, coming down to low lunge. Inhale, gently open the heart. On the exhale, slowly flow back. Flex the toes on the front foot. Inhale, lift the heart, and on the exhale, slowly let go. You can reach forward. You can bend the front knee if needed. Resting in this half split. And then inhale, coming forward. Taking that right foot back and up. Point high with your toes. Keep both hips even, both hands underneath the shoulders. If your knee is sensitive, you can place the blanket underneath it. Left arm stretches forward. And then on the exhale, hand coming to the heart. And then from the heart, the left hand will reach back to get the right foot. Kick it gently away from you. Again, another moment to open the heart, the chest. Gaze is forward. Breathing into the heart, feeling the connection this time with the element of air, lightness, freedom, opening. Slowly release and take both knees to the side. Gently give yourself a little child's pose. You can rock a little bit from side to side, or you can place your hands into prayer and just have 3 deep breaths here. Connecting to you, feeling your body, giving yourself a little rest, a little time to absorb. And then from here, slowly coming out of your child's pose and gently up into downward dog again. So we're going to go through the same mini sequence, what we call wave. Wave sequencing is what Shiva found out. How poses can be linked together and create a wave, which is like a story within the big story. So feet together, we will do the same wave on the left side. Inhale the left leg lifts. Exhale, bend your knee, take the foot forward between your hands. Turn the back foot out. And then take your left hand onto the left shin, or use your block on the outside of the left foot. And then inhale, slowly roll the chest open. Coming into Trikonasana. Make sure that you're not hanging down here. You can be always a little bit higher. What is important, the hips are squared to the side. The head is also not hanging. It just needs to feel like radiant, light. Neck is long, core is engaged. Slowly take the right arm under the chest. And then inhale, roll it open again. Feeling the expansion and opening. Exhale, slowly taking it down again. One more time. Inhale, open. Now reach up. Back toes slightly in. Gaze it up. From here, right hand coming onto our right waist. Now right arm coming to the front. Roll the chest even more open. Exhale, taking the arm behind. Inhale, open. And exhale behind. One more time, inhale, drinking in our breath, and exhale. Slowly right hand onto your right hip, gaze down to your left foot. And if you need a block, you can take it with you. Coming into half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Again, lifting the head, the heart, radiant, lightness all over. And then right arm stretching up. If this feels solid, and you're ready for more, maybe bend your back knee. Get your right foot and gently kick the foot away from you. Calmly breathing through the nose, filling up the chest with wonderful bright light. And slowly release, stepping back with your right foot way, way back. Right knee is coming down. Inhale, lift your heart, your chest. On the exhale, pull back the hips, flex the front toes. Inhale, lift the heart, and exhale, slowly flow down. Release your head. Let go of the control and just surrender to your breath. Feel how the breath is coming in waves. And maybe there's a slight movement in the spine as well as your breath comes in like a big wave. And with the exhale, as we let go. From here, slowly coming forward. And then this time, take your left foot back into downward dog. can walk it out a little bit. You can find a way to massage the spine, to massage your heart through movement. And then from here, let's just come all the way down onto our hands and knees. And then pull back onto your heels. Taking both hands in front of the heart. And you can have a little waving with your spine here. You can open our hands into Lotus Mudra. And just imagine that through the breath, you're nourishing your heart. You're nourishing this beautiful flower that you have at the heart. A unique flower that radiates your own unique, authentic light. And with every breath you nourish that, you say yes to it. So it's happy to shine brighter and share its beauty and unique gifts with the world. And just have a last breath here. And slowly, we're going to find a way to flow towards camel. So right hand can come at your right waist. And then inhale, slowly coming up with the left arm. Opening the heart, the chest, left arm coming down. Inhale, right arm. Reaching up and exhale, slowly down. Inhale, left arm. Lift the heart, the chest, right? With every back bend, what is important that the chest lifts. We're not collapsing at the lower back, but you try to lift that space between the shoulder blades. Exhale, coming down. Inhale. Lift. And back. And exhale. Now both hands on the sacrum and then inhale, lifting the heart, the chest. Draw the shoulder blades towards each other, elbows in. And you can tuck your toes under if you need a little bit of a lift. And be mindful of your neck, right? So on the inhale, lifting the heart, the chest. If your neck hurts, you can have one hand holding the head and lifting up, keeping the hips forward, slowly exploring your back bend. If your neck is all right, then taking a deep breath here, lift the heart, the chest. And without taking your hips with you, maybe you can come all the way down and into camel. You can drop the head back or you can keep the chin in. And just breathe into the heart. Bright light energy. Setting our heart free. And slowly from here, both hands coming back at the sacrum. Gently come down. Then we can have a little waving movement here. So round your back. Inhale, lift the heart, the chest. On the exhale, round. Inhale, coming up. And then exhale. Nicely round. One more time, inhale. Breathing into our heart and exhale. From here, both of our hands coming behind us. We can liberate our feet. And we could just have a little core empowerment, right? To support that soft heart. Sometimes we need to have a strong core. So radiate through the toes, lift the heart, the chest. And then on the exhale, slowly rounding in. And then inhale, lift the heart again, the chest, radiate through the legs, both Navasana. And exhale. One more time, inhale. We're expanding throughout the space. And maybe you can take both toes together. And then open this time the legs to the side as we're entering the last element, the space. Right, so sense and feel your presence, not just in your core, in the body, but how you radiate into all directions through the heels, the top of the head, and your roots. From here, slowly we're going to free our legs, and we're going to cross the right leg over the left so we can come into seated twist. Take the right foot close to the buttocks. Both sitting bones rooting down. If not, then you can just extend the bottom leg forward, right? We want the hips to be even. From here, both hands next to you on the floor. Create first length, inhale. And then on the exhalation, slowly take your left elbow against the right thigh. And just twist. Slowly come back up again. We can reach up, inhale and open. And then exhale, slowly hands coming down and go towards the twist. Massaging our heart. Gaze back, long spine. One more time, inhale. Reaching up and open. From here, both hands coming down. This time, we lean against the thigh. You can maintain the hand on your heart. Inhale, long spine, and exhale, twist deeper behind. You can also wrap your right hand behind you. Lengthen and lift. Exhale, twist deeper. Try to really press the front foot down to the floor. Ardha Bhatsyandrasana. One more time. Inhale. Lengthen and rise from the heart, and exhale, twist deeper. From here, slowly coming back, we shift the legs. Maybe a little windshield wipers first. Yeah, and then crossing it differently. The right leg is at the bottom. Both sitting bones on the floor if you can. Right? Left foot pressing down. Inhale, right arm rising, and then exhale, slowly get towards your thigh. And now inhale again, both of our arms, lift your heart, your chest, open. And exhale, slowly getting towards that twist, maintain the length in the spine. Inhale, open. Right, the emphasis of these fluid moves is kind of teaching us to go in progression and with fluidity towards poses instead of doing very linear things which nature would never do. But really teaching ourselves the natural transitions and slowly coming into that twist. On an inhale, lengthen. On the exhale, twist deeper. So the flow never stops. So in Prana Vinyasa, we're not just sitting here, but we feel the pulse of the breath, and we maybe also add a little body movement, so we keep the pulsation of life, vitality alive. And from here, slowly come back, inhale, both arms up, and exhale, hands to the heart. Feel the beautiful temple that you created through the practice, through energy awareness, hands at the heart, your sitting bones as the roots of the temple, and breathing into the sacred space. Your body is your temple, and asanas are our prayers. If we allow it, our practice can be so much more than just physical. It can become our medicine, it can become our prayer, it can become our refuge, it can become the balm of love to nourish ourselves and inspire others. From here, slowly both hands coming down behind, free the legs, and have a little windshield wipers. And slowly lower down onto your back. You can hug your knees in. You can sway a little bit from side to side. And we will finish our practice with a little bit of inversion. Preferably shoulder stand, unless you have neck issues, then you can just choose a happy baby, maybe just getting the inner arches of your feet and spending a few deep breaths here so the energies can descend and ground into our bodies. Otherwise, if shoulder stand is possible, gather your elbows close to the body and then gently lift your legs up. You can support your back with your hands at your back. You can take the legs behind first. Gather the elbows close. You can really press the elbows, your upper arms down, and then reaching up with the legs. And once you're up, you can cross your ankles to engage the legs more. And just breathing here calmly. Not hanging anywhere, but also finding a softness amidst of the activity. Spread your toes. Gaze up. And slowly, gently coming down, gradually taking the legs down. Gently let your vertebrae land one by one. You can take your legs down to the floor and just giving yourself a little moment, complete letting go. Feel how your breath comes in like a big wave of energy, of softness, grounding. And how we can take away everything that we don't need anymore. And then from here, we can just go into a counter pose for shoulder stand. So you can place the hands underneath the sacrum. And then coming up onto the elbows, gather the elbows in and gently let your head go. So the top of your head can land on the floor. Stretching the throat, which has been compressed in the shoulder stand. Breathing into your heart. Allowing the breath and this wonderful music of Krishna Das to talk to our heart, to fill our heart with the bright energy. Gently you can come out. Carefully with your neck, freeing the arms, and maybe you feel again like hugging the knees in, giving yourself a sweet hug. Nice long inhale, long exhale. Imagine that you are rocked by the breath. You're rocked by something higher than you, as we are not the only ones moving the chords of our lives. Sometimes we believe we keep everything under control, but there is a greater source, a greater current, a greater river that flows through us, that moves us. And the more we can surrender to it, we can discover its rhythm, the less scary the journey will be, and the more joyful and easy the journey will be to just flow each day in confidence with whatever is arising. And that's also what Prana Flow is teaching us, to stay in the current, with confidence, with skills, with techniques, learning to navigate the currents of life. And let's just have a last breath in the center. And a nice long full exhale as you release both legs, both arms to the earth. Completely letting go. The only thing that keeps moving through you is your breath. yourself this precious time to absorb the energies of our practice, to feel and sense maybe a more extended presence of you. And just listening within to what is arising, what is resonating, what is talking to you. Have a few more breaths on your back. Really enjoying this quiet time. And then slowly maybe start to move a little bit your toes, your fingers. And slowly rolling onto your side. And gently finding your way up to a sitting position. Comfortable, nice, cross-legged position. And having a few breaths from this wonderful, nourishing, heartfelt energy. And we will chant to finish this little practice together. And allowing our voices, allowing the waves of our own voice to shower us with love, with blessings. Taking both of our hands together in front of the heart. Let's just have a deep breath here, deeply into our heart. And a nice long exhale from the heart. And from here, slowly taking the arms all the way up in front of us, like it would be a big wave coming to shower us. And with the exhalation, we can let that wave wash over us, shower us with bright light, with blessings. And we're going to add the Om to it in sync with Krishna Das. So inhale. Two more times. Taking both hands in front of our heart with palms facing up. And feeling the open heart ready to receive blessings, inspiration, love, connection, and also ready to give all our gifts to the world, our experiences, sharing our journey, and maybe by that inspiring others, empowering others to walk theirs. This is one of the main roles of a yoga teacher. So it has been a pleasure to create this little class for you guys. Obviously, Prana Vinyasa is so much more than what we just did. It's very just an introduction, but hope that you felt a little bit from it, you felt a little bit from me, and it gave you a taste, it gave you a sweet nectar to nourish your heart, nourish your soul. Namaste. Notice for a moment how you feel. And if you have the time, just take this time to sit in this beautiful energy that we created. Let it be absorbed by all the layers of your body, your mind, your heart. And I hope that we will meet soon in October in Paris for the 200 hours Prana Vinyasa Flow teacher training. Namaste.